Well, I'm going to finally do something I haven't done all season yet, and that's go sit in the deer blind with the crossbow for the first time this season. Looking forward to it. We got snow on the ground, it's cold. I've already got the crossbow back at the blind, so I'm heading back. Wish me luck. It feels good to be out here, finally to sit into a deer blind and actually hunt. I've been waiting a long time to be in good enough condition to do this. Even if I don't get a shot, it's just nice to be out here. I mean, we're getting to that point where we could certainly use a little bit of meat in the freezer, but just being out here for the first time, I mean, it's already the third week of December, but it's good conditions, the wind's right, we got snow on the ground. I'll just be happy if I see something. So at this point in the video, you're probably waiting for some deer to walk out and then shots of me back and forth and then me taking the shot with the crossbow and then knocking down this massive buck. But I have to be brutally honest with you. The film that you've seen up to this point was from yesterday's hunt, my first hunt of 2020. I finally got out with the crossbow, as I explained earlier. Fast forward a day later, and I had taken the crossbow back out to the same blind, but I didn't take any camera gear with me. I just wanted to sit back there, relax, and see if I can get some meat for the freezer. I did take a shot at a nice doe. Just came back up to the barn. I sat in the blind for about 20 minutes or so, walked back up to the house, let Lori know what's going on, and I'm going back to see if I can track it. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I just made it back up to the house. The deer didn't go very far. It only went about 60 yards before it folded up. And that's the good news. It was a good, clean kill. The bad news is what I thought was a doe turned out to be a button buck. But that's okay. It was very low light conditions. I still had about 10 minutes of legal shooting time. I knew I put a good shot on it. I just thought it was a doe that came in at the last minute. But it is what it is, and that's going to be some fresh meat in the freezer. So that's all the good news, other than it being a button buck instead of a nice doe. But the other thing that I got to deal with right now is it's at the bottom of a 60-foot ravine. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this thing up myself. I can't even get the four-wheeler over there close enough to get it winched up. But fortunately, I do have some very good neighbors that are both hunters, and they're coming down to help me get this thing out of there and get it up to the barn. And there you have it. That's my first hunt, well, my second hunt technically, but my first successful hunt of 2020. And even though this isn't the big buck I was after, it is refreshing, first of all, to get out there and do a little bit of hunting, but number two, we got some fresh meat for the freezer. I'm going to leave this hang for another day or two, get it over to my buddies, and we're going to process this along with some that they got in their group here in the next day or so. But I'm really happy I got this. We still have Oh, a good month of hunting left here in Ohio. I want to get back out there with the crossbow and see if I can get something with some headgear. But thanks for joining me here today on Schick Happens. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, cheers.